It's people understand what the nation state is. The EU would have us to be a sort of homogenised mass, so they invented their own currency, which is going down the pan.
Right.
They don't like the nation state. That's why they think we should have an importation of hundreds of thousands, millions of migrants. Because actually, if you bring other cultures and identities in, then you lose your own identity.
Right.
You all become homogenised, and you're all sucking at the teat of the state.
Right.
And also, we have, like your country, we have almost a bicameral situation. It's just a two-party state. So you vote for the Democrats or you vote for the Republicans. It's the same in Britain. The trouble is they have a proportional representation system in the European Parliament. So we've got the alt-left. The Parliament is in a hemicycle. We're on the extreme right, we're just Conservatives.
Yeah.
And then I have to sit opposite IRA murderers that have been elected to Parliament. And you've got the real hard left communists. We don't have any communists in our country. It's gone. There is no. We've never elected communists. The people that are on the fringes of that. But you've actually got people voting for legislation that are communists, hardline Greens, and terrorists that are voting on things for the UK.
Unbelievable.
We've recognised it. We've taken back our country, nearly. We're not quite out yet. And we can make our own laws now. We can have that free trade agreement. And that was a game changer. When Trump got into the White House, they had a complete meltdown over there. And when he said to Theresa May, I will put you at the front of the queue, it was all of a sudden 68% want us to leave, get on with it, let's do this, let's go and trade with the world.
Right.
And by stopping the mass immigration, the wages won't be suppressed. We have a thing in the UK called 0 hours contracts. So your employer, so-called employer, will ring you up and say, right, you do 2 hours today, 5 hours tomorrow, no hours next week.
Right, you can't live like that.
You can't plan your life. Nobody will give you credit. Nobody will give you a mortgage. You can't feed your kids. You become sick. You can become dependent on the state again.
Yeah.
And that's what they've created. I mean, that's extreme capitalism, which we don't like. We just want to go back to real capitalism, not multinational corporatism. And that's what the people are voting against for Trump, and also in the EU.
Yeah.
You've got so many lobbyists in Washington, and every time I stand up in the Parliament now, I say we've got to drain that swamp, because all the lobbyists have moved from London, out of Munich, out of Berlin, etc. They've all gone to the EU. There's about 15,000 lobbyists in the EU. That's who's running the EU. They're the people that are actually dictating it. And so when I stand up and make speeches now, I said we're going to make Europe great again. We're going to drain that swamp. We're going to get rid of you. We're going to build those walls, and they are in absolute meltdown.
They are.
It's brilliant. See, don't forget, we've also got the Commonwealth. We've got India. All the BRICS companies want to trade with us. Australia, New Zealand. They're all just lining up, saying, "We'll make you great again. We want to be part of you. We'll have free trade agreements," and that's what we should have. And it's so heartening to hear President Trump this morning say, "We're not having TTIP," and you got TTP. And he says, "Who negotiates these things?" Well, I tell you who negotiates trade on behalf of the European Parliament. It's a woman called I've forgotten her name now. Cecilia Malmström. She's Swedish, and she's a sociology lecturer. Those are her qualifications for negotiating for 28 states. It is totally unbelievable. I met Ted Malloch in London a couple of weeks ago. Now, Ted is an American who is tipped to be President Trump's choice as the EU ambassador. They hate him. They want to stop him being appointed. And he said, but, Wall Street and the city, if you want to merge together, you have a trade agreement together, the city and Wall Street do it within weeks, a couple of months. Big multinationals can do that. We can do that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not difficult. But you know how long it took to get the CETA agreement with Canada? 7 years.
Yeah.
And they think that is... Justin Trudeau came to the Parliament last week. Little Justin Trudeau. And we are very respectable. We are very respectful. No matter if it's the Pope coming, the Protestants will sit there, they wear their orange, etc. But they will listen to him. And we will stand up and we will clap somebody coming in. Even if you find their political views abhorrent. And we've had Francois Hollande from France. I find him abhorrent. But anyway, you stand up, you clap and you show your respect. You listen to them. 50% of the MEPs are in that chamber. It's unheard of. Everybody, but he only got 50%.
Wow, it's amazing.
And he lost them. They all started having a scratch and playing with their phones, and it's boring.
Yeah, the thing here's the thing that amazes me about the left in America. Do you call them the left in the UK as well?
Well, we started calling them the alt-left, and they hate it.
Yeah, exactly. The left in America is, they think they are so, nothing is more annoying than a stupid person who presumes they are smart.
Yeah.
And they think they're so smart and so wise and so superior, and they look down upon us. And we're sitting here thinking, on social media, I have 200,000 followers on Twitter, and we're like, what is wrong with these people? These people are completely insane. I mean, the stuff they say, there is no way these thinkings can possibly work, can possibly turn out well. And we said that if we elect a president who has no experience running any major organizational background other than being a community organizer, and was raised by basically communists, he was a pothead all through high school and college. If you were to do a sociological experiment, let me write my master's thesis on what would happen if you elected someone like this. That's exactly what happened in America. And they say it took a Carter to get a Reagan. I think it took an Obama to get a Trump. I think that whole thing, that the pain of the people change when the pain of remaining the same becomes greater than the pain of changing. That people got to the point where, we just got to do something. We got to do something different.
We will make America great again.